I think that women, first of all, you need to believe that you can do anything. And that's really hard for women. And I know I love to see you starting out in politics younger than I was when I started, because I said no for 30 years before I said yes to run for office.
Really?
And women say that easy, and men say, I've always wanted to get elected, sometimes. But women are different. And I think we have to form alliances and do the work. And I think that learning from everything and being always curious. I've cleaned the poop out of monkey cages, and I found every job I've ever had has been useful.
I have heard that women have to be asked
Curious.
7 times before they run for office. But I think the strange thing was that also on the reverse, every time I've asked to be in a position of power, there was always pushback and always being told no. I don't think that when it comes to places where you're trying to elevate yourself and elevate others, fight for justice or the right thing, that you should always take that as a flat no, because I don't think a lot of us would be here if we just went along what patriarchy told us to do. But I do like your comment about forming alliances and realizing that we're all stronger when we don't pull up the ladder behind us and help elevate other women. And I think sometimes we get too wrapped up in the micro and the little thing here, or where we might have differences and don't realize that we're all struggling against the same forces that are trying to push us down.
And somehow I think that having a heavily weighted towards women and so many more diverse backgrounds than I ever experienced when I started out in politics helps us understand that, because when you're in a group that's that diverse, you have to peel the onion and figure out where you have common ground and what your commonalities are. Otherwise, all you have are differences.
Well said. I agree.
Wow. So, what was the first moment you thought about running for office? What triggered that first thought of I should run for office?
Well, it was more about, I think, my journey to public service, because it wasn't necessarily being in an elected office. I never really went for the roles of I want to be elected or I want to win that popularity contest. It was more about how can I be of service and make change and have the most impact on my community, and that gradually led me here. It was the neighborhood stuff that kind of jump-started
and that's so much about women. Barbara Roberts, who was first woman governor of Oregon, she didn't have a BA, and she had a disabled child. And women that I met back in the day, it was the potholes or the fact that their kid wasn't getting what they needed at school that propelled them into office. Yeah. It wasn't getting into office to get into office. It was to solve a particular problem. And exactly. I feel that that's the theme through the generations of women. Let's go do something.